FXBros.
The market is consolidating. We're sweeping up all the trash. That's basically what I'm looking at. Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, last week. So I don't know why I'm showing up on a full hour. I was looking at this on a full hour. We had it up here on Sunday, Friday. So that's weird. So currently looking at, we're about to have this 4-hour close, but it still closed bullish. So it's a more higher chance that the market will still go up. And then if we're looking at these highs from this previous 4 hours, they are getting surpassed and broken above. This is the last 4 hour that did close above the recent high. If you look here, all these 4 hour candles after this bullish engulfing on Monday morning, going into noon. We had the bullish engulfing on the 4 hour, and every candle after that broke the high and closed above. Broke the high, closed above. Broke the high, broke the high. This one swept the high, but couldn't close above. And I know I was looking to get in above this structure level. And as long as we don't test the previous weekly high, we let that previous weekly high be the sweep. When we sell off, we kind of be looking at this structure here from Wednesday of last week to hold a source for bullishness. Even though overall the AU is a bullish move starting from the 1st of January, and then the sweep of the Trump tariff call. We still been bullish. No bias, no sell scenario has been taken out. Like I said, we got heavy support here on this daily around 63.60 to 63.70. Even though market came all the way down to 63.80, I rejected. I feel as if we still have more room to go. This daily candle hadn't closed just yet, so we did do a lot. But we pretty much halfway. Well, I said halfway because 12 will be halfway. More than halfway. So 12 hours after, say, 4 o'clock is what? 16. So that would be 4 a.m. Would be 12. 8. Oh, I'm sorry. 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. is 12. And 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. would be the 4 split 4. Oh, because we think we here. I got you. Hell yeah. So really 9 hours away right now. But yeah, the market is moving higher. That's suggested, that's expected. Like I said, we don't want the market to go above here. If you looking to trade this bullish move lower, and the only reason I believe, and I might be reaching a little bit, but I think the market can come lower down to 63 or settle somewhere down here before we actually build a nice buy scenario. Even though this 4 hour is like great, I think we got a daily too. No, we didn't get a daily. But from this wick rejection, I feel as if we are going to fill this. But the big determining factor is going to be how this daily is going to close. And what it is Thursdays, Wednesdays, so we basically set Thursday's high. And for sure Friday. Yes, too soon to tell right now. It's a damn show. Too soon to tell, but we do know. I don't think it's on a daily with a 4 hour and a 1 hour has clean traffic to the left for sales. So we can get into some type of sales scenario. If I had to pick, I would think this 4 hour that we're currently in, and one close until 12 is going to be a bullish candle. When it's all said and done, probably up in a 65.10, 65.11. And then the next 4 hour candle would create a bearish scenario. And also closing out the day, I feel like that's going to be right here at 65 flat. So if we look at the day, closing out at 65 flat, I'm not sure the potential for sales engulfing that day, but it's quite possible. It's definitely quite possible. I do know one thing though, when we are making that sale, it's a very high, extremely high chance, like 99.5%, that if we do go bearish, this wick will get tested. So no matter what you sell in here, you better be sure have your stops above the wick. The wick will either get tested or get ran. And we can look at history, see price rejection, but price also ran highs, met the highs, met the highs, met it and ran the highs, extremely ran the highs. So be mindful of that. And it also is depending on how much this daily close. Because if we close all the way down here, then that's slightly a different story. I mean, the bear should take this off for the rest of the week. If that's the case, I don't think that would happen, but who knows? I damn sure don't know. I mean, even from looking at the beginning of 2025, we do have similar congested markets here, but it's not to the T, because this is heavily congested. But the first breakout and sell back into this range, that's not what we're reaching for. We're trying to reach for that height when we weren't really reaching after it made that mark. We were pretty much already high enough. The market to just kind of play around an area, reject that high at 65 flat. But overall, we were still bullish. We never made any bearish breaks just yet, and still haven't. You know, this is that's why it's rejecting so much. But this 64.25 will be the first leg of, sellers taking it below somewhat of a structure. Ultimately, We're looking at 63.60, 63.50 as first structure, but this is the true first leg of structure. Nothing up under here. This could have been one, but we didn't push bullish enough for it to be so. So that being said, so what would a for sure bearish scenario look like if this daily candle closes? I would say underneath 64.80. If we get this candle to go all the way down here and close right here, under, not at, but under 64.80, and it's quite possibly a high chance we could melt in the next day and have a bearish engulfing, because we still got clean traffic to the left under 63.50 on the daily. So, but we know what that clean traffic was. That was from the tariff call. So not really going to expect the market to feel that or trade in that range, but it could trend lower and entice people to get into themselves thinking that we're going to sell this lower, but it doesn't have to. Only because we know what that news was. And if we do get some more narrative in the economy that the tariffs is actually beneficial, which I did hear somebody kind of talking about that, but if they go full-fledged with it and actually further increase, then we know what the daily can trade into as far as clean traffic. Right now, we're just looking at the 4 hours clean traffic, which is right here, all the way down to 63.85. Even though we know it can go lower, definitely go lower. So just gonna be patient and wait for everything to play out. At the daily and weekly, first of the week, a lot. Until close push and down the whole year. We never had a bearish market. That's crazy. That is crazy. That speaks volume. I'm glad we know we haven't had a bearish month all year so far. That's powerful. Alright, let's talk about that. Let's see the dollar. Haven't had a bullish month for the dollar. Thought for sure I had market on this. Guess I ain't load up all the way. But yeah, the dollar is definitely falling. The upside for the dollar seemed to make more headway for that sweep of highs. That was on Monday morning, like 4-5 in the morning. On the 4-hour candle, we swept the highs and we get a bearish engulfing. That's equivalent that to a U Monday at 8 a.m., 5 in the morning, how you want to look at it. We get the bullish engulfing. We swept the leg of structure, but not the extreme high. I think the extreme high was already swept the previous week on that Monday also. And then we sold off. As you can see, we got a high 65.52. We've been selling off. So now that we are at the first leg to sweep that structure, we could have sold it off and been good right here on Monday night at 8 p.m. Let's see what the Feds are telling us. Feds are saying market didn't even touch 50%, came close to it, but I just let you know I wasn't ready to go bearish. So now this is going to be the key level. What it couldn't do, we're going to have to test that, which is 64.88. So if these bears take over and the sellers just sit back and kick back at, we did sweep highs in London, swept Asian highs in the London session up here at 65.15, 65.16. And now we're selling off. So the first target would be a previous low or after first breakout candle, first truly breakout candle. I said 64.88. This was the first breakout candle. But we got that, we got 0.75. Don't worry about that one. Market is already expanded. Let's see, what was that? 64.96. Go to the 1 hour. 64.96. Okay, so you see that high. As you can see, when we were approaching this high, I did take it out, swept the highs, pretty much at the highs, but you see all the potential rejection we get. Then we automatically get a fake out to the upside, 65.12. That was confirmed fake out because we sold back off. I would say selling at 50% of that range would be ideal. So we measure that 50% range. So taking sales from 65.09 and upwards would have been ideal. 65.10. And that's what led to a market sweep of those highs. And now we're good. Just took out two minor support lows on this hourly candle. Current hour is 15 minutes in, and we're already below the low of the previous hour. So next is to test 64.88. How we respect that, because we got a lot of rejection wicks here. If we do break past 64.88, the first target for sales would be, let's say, 65. That could be funny. I'm ready to go 64. Yeah. 50% of the range is going to hold up real good. I see the market hanging around that equilibrium. What's up, brother? Morning.
What's happening, bro? Say what?
Potential clean to the left, I'm taking sales on.
Yes. What time frame?
I'm early on it, so it's not 100% set up just yet. But I like how the 4 hour has the. But I really don't like the 4 hour because with the wicks up there, I feel like it probably still can go up.
Yeah.
But the 1 hour is kind of holding that range good, even though we swept the highs in London, but it did create a double top, and I know sometimes that is an area market likes to test before they sell off sometimes. But we on a 1 hour, so can't really hold too much weight on the 1 hour.
Facts.
It's more like a scalping time frame. But yeah, we kind of, like I said, we playing around this 50% range, so it definitely got to move past that for it to still be buys. But depending on how today goes, after news, I don't think we got any more news. Oh yeah, we do. We got news in 40 minutes. The Fed Chair Powell testimony.
When is that? In the afternoon?
9 a.m.
Oh, perfect.
in 40 minutes.
All right. Then we got New York coming up in 10 minutes.
Yes. So it's, and we got CPI this evening
For Australia.
for Australia.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still like these buys. I think the only reason why we had that crazy, I mean, we all know why we had that crazy gap.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, that was the war, the bombing,
Yeah. That was the tit for tat.
the tit for tat. There you go, like that. And you see where it extended all the way to. Like I was really, and I that's what make me kind of believe in these sales because I think the market's still gonna feel that potentially feel that wick, possibly, maybe, but it did go down way further than I thought it was. Even though it didn't close all the way down there, but yeah, we touched all the way down to 63.72, 73, and I got extreme support. And like I said, it don't necessarily have to sweep this area, but I got just extreme support down there at 63.50, 63.60. So we were like 10, 20 pips away from that area. Like I said, don't have to necessarily hit it. But yeah, if you caught buys down there, yeah, you were good. You good right now.
Right.
And this would be a good time to take profit because who knows if we're going to sweep the previous weekly high. We already did a lot with that consolidation up there with last week sweeping that previous weekly high. So it's like how many previous weekly highs we going to sweep? We did a lot last week. So I don't think we're going that high to 65.50, but I definitely want to see what we're going to do around this 50% range, currently where we at right now, which is 64.99. We're at 64.95. So we're still hanging around 50%. For the most part, rejecting that area, but we'll see if we trade underneath it and start building some bearishness to maybe trade lower down that clean traffic to the left on the 4 hour. Or this might just be a pullback to get into a better buy scenario or another buy scenario. Because that 4 hour bullish engulfing down at the lows is like epic. That was a great buy if anybody caught it. That's a buy. yeah, we are. With that sell-off, we was approaching a nice structural low on the high time frame, the daily, but we did do it on the 4 hour. Broke a lot of structure on the 4
How
hour.
clean does that traffic look on the lower time frame?
You said what?
I want to see how clean that traffic look on the lower time frames,
How low?
like 15, 30. Yeah, it don't look all that clean. It's kind of it's hitting some choppy areas. Like it's just reversing. Like it probably can go down another 10, 15 pips, 10, 20 pips, possibly. But I don't see any closures happening down there.
Yeah, the first level of 15 minute got to be 64.88.
Okay.
That's the first level we got to break through and close below. And depending on how we react to that will determine, how far we're gonna go. Like I said, it's really just a 1 hour that's showing that clean traffic, 1 hour and 4 hours. Anything under that, yeah, you see the structure. Definitely see the structure. So Israel and Iran have a ceasefire. Euro rises, yen jumps. That's all it follows. Euro selling off. UK not doing too much. Nothing. Bitcoin back at what it was. XRP back above $2. Lift was up. Traded into that gap, but not by much. On the 4 hours, got a pre-market of $15, which is crazy. So you might be seeing a nice little push in your favor for lift. Lift got the best pre-market numbers, bro. Crazy. A whole $1. So that'd be 10% gain. Yeah, you about to see some money on lift, boy, I think. They just upgraded lift rating from hold to buy, highlighting the company's growth potential.
Wait, run that back for left?
Yeah, they said TD Cohen upgraded Lyft's rating from hold to buy, highlighting the company's growth potential. And they currently got a whole dollar in pre-market trading that they up. So it's about to gap up big when the market opens in 3
Let's
minutes.
go, man. I'm leaping that bitch, boy.
Yeah, as I said, you might be good. Once this market opens, it's probably gonna be like a crazy run up.
I'm trying to turn this
Yeah,
trend
Tesla's up
like
8%.
the official stock. As far as like my liquidity, I'm gonna close out on that trade and then I'll be ready to go forward.
What is it on it?
Huh?
That's right. Let me borrow that. I gotta get it back to him. I'm gonna see them tomorrow too. I gotta bring that and give it to him.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking about right here.
Shout out to Miles, man.
Yeah.
My only
But,
said
but
world.
you said,
Huh?
no, that was just something.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
it.
VIX going up slightly.
What is?
So the VIX was at like 14. At least I thought it was recently.
Yeah, the VIX was running up yesterday. Well, up and
Yeah.
down with that.
All right. All right.
Yep.
Got 20 seconds left. We're about to get crazy push on left. Let's see. 5 seconds left. Let's see what they do.
Come on, man. Run me up. Go to 18. Go to $20.
Oh, 6% gain.
All right. Let me open up my Robin.
That just jumped up crazy on the market open. It's selling off now.
Ooh. I'm up. Yep. I'm up 16% already.
Come on, man.
I ain't playing games, boy.
Take profit, man.
Mr. Neil, holla at me, bro.
For real. Uber up 4%, Lyft up 5,
Holla at
5.2,
at the
5 and a
Guala.
half.
Overall, I'm up 22%, but it's gonna change. This market open, but
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
man,
that's crazy for you to just say that statement and just blow past it.
yep,
Like overall, I'm up 22% today. Like that's crazy.
25 just now. Yeah, that bitch moving.
That's what's up, man.
Let it do what it do, man.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm starting to wick up a little bit on the 15-minute after that. Well, this is a market open too, so you're gonna get some movement.
Right.
We'll get some.
On left. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it G. If I had to go off of what the economy is saying, like, yeah, people do not like Uber. I'm talking about it was over this past weekend. I had at least 10 people telling me that verbatim.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Miles. She be having a boycott list.
Nah, facts.
And
Yep. At least you,
they talking about pulling that target play on Uber.
I know. And if that's the case, I'm about to run it up, boy.
Going to no, that's a fact. Regardless, you gonna run it up.
Nah, facts. But you gonna run it up too. Like you invested into Lyft like that, so that's gonna be good.
Yeah, we both are heavily invested into Lyft.
Nah, facts. You ain't never lying. I'm getting paid daily dividends. My effort dividends. Huh? Yeah. What's up? Yeah, Lyft is doing good. TSM. I'm still trying to figure it out after having a big day yesterday. I think it was up 8% yesterday. Oh yeah, the robo-taxi. That's why it surged after launching the robo-taxi in Austin with gains of 8%. Damn, well, I'm good.
No, Tesla did good. They were talking about that all day on Bloomberg. Even though some of them bitches was they had a couple of faults. Like one of the cars was going down the street the wrong way.
Yeah. They were supposed to turn it around. You can't put it.
Speed
It's like a
limit, like going 10 over the speed limit and stuff like that. A couple of miles over it. You know,
yeah, it's not gonna go that smooth.
big facts. It
I
might get
wonder
a.
if they're using Google for the maps, or if they could bypass them and just go straight to like a Lyft uh, Uber and use their map software. I wonder if it's cheaper because I know Lyft and Uber is paying Google like a stupid amount every month to use their maps. Like it's a crazy amount.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
There's so much data that got captured with all this driving. Earnings and revenue, July 29th
Who for
for
Lyft?
no, for Tesla. They got their earnings coming up. Lyft has it on July 30th, Wednesday.
Okay.
They estimate their revenue to be at 1.6 billion. That's gonna be
Is that
good.
a rise?
Huh?
Is that a rise? That estimation?
Um, let's see. Revenue quarter. I'm gonna go revenue from Q1 2024 was 1.2 billion. Then it went to 1.4, and then went to 1.5, 1.55, and it dropped back down to 1.4.
Hmm.
Q1 2025 this year dropped down to 1.4.
Okay.
Net income. Damn. The net income dropped like a mile from December.
Oh,
Oh,
you think?
okay. So they've been negative. Starting at Q1 2024, their net income was negative 31 million.
But has that negative been decreasing?
Yes, because the
Yes.
following quarter after that was 5 million positive.
Yep.
And then the
Yeah,
next
that's what
one
I
was
noticed. That's
negative
what made me
12.
want to buy in it.
And the next one after that was positive 61 million. And now
Mm-hmm.
the first quarter this year was positive 2 million. So it dropped like a mug from the as far as from the previous quarter, but that revenue is definitely in the upward trend for the most part.
Thanks. Uh, About to head out, get my day started, bro. I got you on my headphones, so it may be a little choppy. I'm gonna mute myself.
We good, we good. Revenue and earnings forecast and estimate accuracy. Surprise, surprise. July 30th, the next one. Based on the charts, it looks like they have a great summer, end of summer, starting of school into the holiday season. That's like lifts. Like you basically bought at the perfect time. Like they don't good.
Come on, bro. Don't buck my head up, bro.
I mean, looking at it, they don't do good leaving the winter months going into the beginning of the year. Like they do good starting off March and April going into December. So you did good. You did good buying that. You did good, brother. You do not pay any dividends. 107, 6.5 billion market cap. That's crazy. They market cap is 6.5 billion, and Tesla market cap is 1.1 trillion. OMG. That's crazy. And Tesla is about to get into that realm. But that's just because of what they were selling. But I feel like they could definitely surpass them because they don't really have too much of the expenses, like the balance sheet on it. Like, they don't really make anything. They created an app for you to use with your personal card. So ultimately, they could crazy surpass Tesla. That's why Tesla getting into the robo-taxi because, okay, we could make this car. We'll use a lot of building materials and whatnot to build this car, but we could put that whole out on the network. And the only expenses they would have is, depending on who own it. Somebody own it, maintenance. If Tesla own it, still maintenance. But Lyft don't have to really pay. None of that per se is only when in certain scenarios where they do have to pay out. Like when people throw up in your car. That's some of the expenses. And probably any other shit that they don't talk about. Other than that, yeah, it is. They got $1.2 billion in debt, 2.1 billion in cash, and the market cap is 6.5. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad, Nicholas.
Not
Not
bad,
bad.
Nicholas. Not bad.
Yes, Sirski.
Not bad at all,
That boy said, and you got his gun? Not
man. Not
bad, Nicholas.
bad.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Damn. Boy.
On Lawrence. That's hilarious. Debt debt is rising slightly but dropping. Free cash flow is going up. That is excellent. The free cash flow on Lyft every quarter is going up, like up. It's like a step. That is real good. Free cash flow. Actually, that's the cash and equivalents is going up. Still, that's great to know that y'all almost at a B in straight cash. And they pretty much at it right now, I think. Like I said, cash equivalents at 2. So that's not bad. Not bad. They're looking like a baby apple off this bitch. A little embryo apple. Apple got all the cash. Apple could go to the strip club. Apple could take all their employees to the strip club for the rest of their life and make it rain. I'm talking about heavy rain to where you don't see the ground no more. All you see is money. Every day for the rest of their
Cash
life.
flow. They got that cash flow, bro.
They got that cash flow.
Subscription model.
Oh man, I can't tell you how
Fucking
many people paying $300 a month and got an Apple device.
the wearables.
Paying
Yeah,
car
shit getting
notes.
crazy. Yeah, that's what it is.
Class action lawsuits against Apple cover alleged securities fraud over misrepresenting AI features in Siri related to the iPhone 16. Investors can seek a lead plaintiff status until now. It's got securities fraud. Siri, next earnings report in 29 days. Market cap 3 T's. Bitch. And they paying dividends. Not by much, but they paying.
Look like those sales are playing out.
Yeah, we definitely profit on that.
Where would you want to take profit at? You just kind of like
I'm
keeping
in
an eye on it.
sales to get into buys, so I'm not really too much worried about this sale as far as like, ooh, like I'm in sales, but I really want buys. Like I'm mad. I'm in sales because I'm overall mad because I didn't catch the buy at 63.90, 63.80. But
Gotcha.
if I would have caught buys at 63.80, 63.90, I would be looking to get out of those buys or take profit. If I bought it down there, my stop loss would be at the previous weekly low, which is at 64.46. So
Gotcha.
we far away from there. We are like 50 pips away from there right now. So yeah. Um, but as far as looking, if I had to give you a number for taking profit, yeah, it would be that. It would be the previous weekly low. Now, granted, you gotta trade manage it and make sure it don't come against you and look like it's about to start pushing bullish on the lower time frames or the higher time frames. Seeing what structure level didn't get taken. But that would be a good take profit. The previous weekly low, 64.46. Because looking at the 1 hour, it's pretty clean. We do have a slight congestion at 64.60, but I don't think that's going to hang it up too much. I think it's going to ease on past that 64.60 area. But other than that, yeah, I feel we're good to go. Good to go for sales. I think like I said, I know we was going to break above that first leg of structure, especially on the 4 hour, which was at 64.93, basically where we are right now. That's one of the main reasons why I'm liking this reversal. Now, the next question after we done broke that on the bullish side is, will we break it again going bearish, or is that going to be the break and retest at 64, 92, 91 going to be the lowest we're going to go? So we start to build bullish momentum again. Because if I look at this range, if I pull out the fibs, go from the low to the high of this range, which is crazy. 50% is basically almost right at the previous weekly low. So this full range that pushed bullish from the low of 63.74 all the way to this high up at 65.15. Yeah, 65.15. 50% is 64.43, and the previous weekly low is 64.46. So we're like 3 pips off. So it's pretty close. So that would be the determining factor of how far or what's justifiable enough pullback. And really, this, you can see where the 61 mark resides at, and that would be like your good idea pullback. So really, we go out to 60.1% retracement as a 64.61. So 64.60 would be a good take profit on sales. Don't even wait for 64.45. 64.60 would be good. Especially if you're already in right now. That's like 30 pips. So that's great. Great money. So yeah, ultimately I would like to see with 64.88 what that looks like on the close of this hour. If we can break below that, and then ultimately with 64.60 is gonna look like. That's that 61% retracement level. And like I said, looking at it on the 1 hour, you can see how it could have some kind of little slight congestion where the candles close on the 1 hour, but I think we're gonna blow right past that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man.
See what's gonna happen at 9 o'clock too.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a direct reaction because he having a testimony. So, if anybody know Jerome like to talk when he got the time to talk. So if you got time or if you got a chance to watch it and watch the charts and see when he say any trigger, warnings, given that he gonna cut rates and anything, that's gonna move the market more so than
That's
his
true. That's all they
testimony.
looking for.
Yeah, they're looking for the trigger word because the testimony could last shit until 11 o'clock. So you may not,
That's a fact.
get a reaction to some analyst on Bloomberg say something and then make the
Well,
market.
well said, bro. Like not
Mhm.
every high news is really gonna be, like it's not really high news per se. It is high. I don't know. You'll
Yeah,
want to pay
it's
attention.
yeah,
Like
and it don't happen right when the news release. This not really a news release; it's
not
more of a
really
news event.
data.
It's an
And there
event.
you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
uh-huh. And we don't know how long this event gonna take because he not gonna say his first words of the testimony. Not gonna say, "Yeah, we about to cut rates." Like that's for sure. That's about to be his first
And
word.
drop the mic.
And drop the mic. Yeah.
Uh,
He never said he gonna, talk about it,
yeah,
walk around the words. He
yeah,
like to
man.
stretch it out. He's not just gonna go up there and just say that. So I know the dollar is looking crazy, especially with that slight sweep above the highs it did on Monday. Would like for it to go a little further than that, but that's all good. You get what they give you, and then following that came with a stupid dumbass 4-hour bearish engulfing. And that closed off. Was that? No, that was Friday. Friday ended here with a gap up. And then Sunday came and then we sold off and all that war stuff. Yeah, this might be the break. We still haven't broken yet. I'm gonna put a line right there. Horizontal line right here at the low. What is this low? It's 98. $98. That's the low. We did go as low as 97.63, but that was just all wick rejection. And plus, it was a 4 hour. We didn't get no structural close down there. So That's gonna be the end all be all for the dollar. Breaking that and retesting, and then a sell off. That's exactly what we're looking for. The 10-year bond yield is already starting to sell a little lower. So that might be more inclination for them to cut rates. Not sure how that plays out. Damn, NAS 100. Did Lyft make it do that? It's running up.
That boy said that. That boy said that left acting like it's Nvidia, huh? That
Man,
bitch
that's what I'm
carrying the
saying.
fucking market.
That's what I'm saying. Did Lyft do that? Stupid.
They was talking about that on Bloomberg, bro. All of them, 105. Like everything was great.
Man. Yeah, S&P 500. Like it's the only thing that's still got a lot of, which is telling, the US 30.
Oh
It's
yeah,
I mean, I guess it's not really telling because it's only 30% or 30 of the US 500, the S&P 500. The US 30 is basically just a cherry picking 30 companies out of the S&P. That's all that is.
but they
So
not like any specific like sectors or something.
I don't think so. I think it's just the top 30 companies in the US, and S&P is like the top 500, which, that fluctuates a lot because
Yeah.
it's looking at 500 companies versus 30. I think the NAS is the only one that's secluding financials. It's not. I mean, excluding financials. I believe so. I always get that mixed up though, because I don't trade the stock market that much, so I always get it mixed up. But I think that's how it goes. Damn, AU still pushing. Come on, baby. Go past that shit.
Yeah, that bitch flexing.
Let's see what's gonna do at 64.60 if we keep that low. So we
Make me
are.
want to get out of my buys.
Where you got in at?
Okay. I got in. It's hold on. I'm pulling up in the garage and
Oh, you
shit.
good? You good? Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to look at your phone and drive at the same
Yeah, in line, especially in the fucking parking lot, fucking around crash when I hit the swerve or whatever.
Nah, for real. That's the wrong place to get an accident. Like, nigga, you've been driving all over
And
and you got an accident in a parking lot?
for real, while everybody else is getting in this bitch, boy, they will
Nah.
be so pissed. Lawyers and everything, I'll be getting sued left and right.
Nah.
64.75.
64.75. Okay, first of all, let me congratulate on you on where you bought at, because you bought way at a good, like, yeah, you did good. You
But
bought so good, you should be happy if the market take you out, because they have to dig
damn.
deep. They just kind of like our school used to say, nigga, y'all gotta take everybody out before y'all take me out. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Nah,
you should
for
be
real.
like, okay, you put it like this. You should be happy for the sellers that sold at the top to take you out, because if they took you out, that means they are making money from buying at the top, and that's rare because you bought so good. Like they shouldn't be
Ah,
up in profit, but if they are, be like, okay, y'all got that one, because that means the market is working so hard in y'all favor to come get my stop loss, because I bought such a good area. Like you bought,
thanks.
yeah, you bought a great area. Yeah, that's fire. That's a good buy. I would say, yeah, be happy with that loss if you do lose, but um, if you're going to get out, I would wait and see what this 64.90 area does, especially with us about to close in like 1 minute on a 1 hour.
Yep.
See what that does when it closes, and then what the next hour gonna do. That should determine. And I really wouldn't even play after this 1 hour close. I would look at the 15-minute, 30-minute, and see what that's telling you what the 1 hour is going to be.
Right.
Like, yeah, I would go like that. But nonetheless, great. You didn't buy into the manipulation. That's good. You said 64.75?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got it. I see what you were looking at though. I see why you bought right there. Because it
And
tried to
that's
go, it
had a
tried to
lot to
break
do.
lower, but couldn't go lower.
Yeah. And I got into whatchamacallit. That's what made me comfortable getting into this. But EU, bro, once again.
You got any EU?
Yep. I took profit on this
Same
bitch.
buys. Yeah, nice.
All buy.
Yep. I'm looking at EU the same way I would look at AU. I would be selling that bitch, looking at clean traffic to the left.
Right.
Looking to get into a buy. Gold is like, damn. It's breaking back
One
that
down?
trend.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Gold is really being funky.
So.
Um, yeah, monitor that shit, bro. See how it do. See how it do and what it do. But yeah, we're gonna keep each other updated in the chat. See what we got going on. I'm about to go catch some of that sunlight. About to go to the ridge, man. Let's see, get it prepped for y'all. Yeah. Got 3 views this morning. Shout out to everybody that's joined. I know we ain't been on the lives like talking about it, but yeah, just going through a lot of movement, a lot of relocating. New office will be coming soon, so we'll be more stable. But right now, we are moving around, kind of just like how the markets are. So we did sweep this lower pre-London, so yes, we are going to go up. How high we're going to go up, I would say at bare minimum 65.07. And that will determine if we're going to keep going up, if that is the bullish move. But right now, we have to be patient and wait. Over there is a possibility we go up to 65.0607. But other than that, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna be iffy because I got an appointment for my car. I gotta bring my car to Firestone to the oil change and whatnot. So we're gonna play it by ear tomorrow. We may miss tomorrow, if not have a late one. If we miss it, it might be a late one, but Thursday we'll be back if we miss tomorrow. So, but other than that, keep your eye on Trump. Keep your eye on the economy, and yeah, just overall be patient. Wait for the trade to come to you because it's on its way. All right, man. We out. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.